Okay, shorter video because I'm a bit tired. Judges for 11. I'll read for like 10-15 minutes or something, I don't know. Now Heber the Kenite had left the other Kenites, the descendants of Hobab, Moses' brother-in-law, and pitched his tent by the great tree in Zananim near Kadesh. When they told Sisera that Barak son of Abinoam had gone up to Mount Tabor, Sisera summoned from Herushet Hogoim to the Kishon River all his men, and his 900 chariots with iron. Then Deborah said to Barak, "Go, this is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands. Has not the Lord gone ahead of you?" So Barak went down Mount Tabor with 10,000 men following him, and At Barak's advance, the Lord routed Sisera and all his chariots and army by the sword, and Sisera got down from his chariot and fled on foot. Barak pursued the chariots and the army as far as Herushet Hagoyim, and all Sisera's troops fell by the sword, not a man was left. Sisera meanwhile fled on foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, because there was an alliance between Jabin king of Hazor and the family of Heber the Kenite. Jael went out to meet Sisera and said to him, "Come, my lord, come right now, don't be afraid." So he entered her tent, and she covered him with a blanket. "I'm thirsty," he said, "please give me some water." She opened a skin of milk, gave him a drink, and covered him up. Standing in the doorway of the tent, he told her, "If someone comes by and asks, 'Is anyone there?' say no." But Jael, Heber's wife, picked up a tent peg and the hammer and went quietly to him while he lay fast asleep, exhausted. She drove the bag through his temple into the ground and he died. Wait, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck, wait. Just for explained. I'm confused. Just then Barak came by in pursuit of Sisera, and Jael went out to meet him. "Come," she said, "I'll show you the man you're looking for." So he went in with her, and there lay Sisera with the tent peg through his temple dead. On that day God subdued Jabin king of Canaan before the Israelites, and the hand of the Israelites pressed harder and harder against Jabin king of Canaan until they destroyed him. Judges 4. What are good over? Okay, this is a very useful fucking link. What the fuck? It's short, whatever. The Song of Deborah. On that day, Deborah and Barak, son of Abinoam, sang the song. When the princes in Israel take the lead, when the people willingly offer themselves, praise the Lord. Hear this, you kings. Listen, you rulers. I will sing to the Lord. I will praise the Lord, the God of Israel, in song. When you, Lord, went out from Seir, when you marched from the land of Edom, the earth shook, the heavens parted, the clouds poured down water, poured. The mountains quaked before the Lord, the one of Sinai, before the Lord, the God of Israel. In the days of Shamgar, son of Anat, days of Jael, the highways were abandoned. Travelers took to winding paths. Villagers in Israel would not fight. They held back until I, Deborah, arose. Until I arose, a mother in Israel. God chose new leaders. And the beasts lead the people going into. Even I was saying to the Lord, when the Lord went to the Seir, when you marched to the land of Edom, there shook the heavens board. And in the days of Joe, the highways are abandoned. Fight until they held back until I, Deborah, arose. Until I arose, a mother in Israel. Is Deborah a woman? Okay. Respect. God chose new leaders when war came to the city gates, but no shield or spear was seen among 40,000 in Israel. My heart is with Israel's princess, with the willing volunteers among the people, praise the Lord. You who ride on white donkeys, sitting on your saddle blankets, and you who walk along the road, consider the voice of the singers and the watering places. They received the victories of the Lord, the victories of the villages in Israel, of his villages in Israel. Then the people of the Lord went down to the city gates. Wake up, Deborah, wake up, break out in song, arise, Barak. Take captive your captive son of Abinoam. The remnant of the nobles came down, the people of the Lord came down to me against the mighty. She came from Ephraim, whose roots are in Amalek. Benjamin was with the people who followed you. From Machir, captains came down. From Zebulun, those who bear commander's staff. The princes of Issachar were with Deborah. Yes, Issachar was with Barak, sent under his command into the valley. In the districts of Reuben, where was much searching of heart. Why did you say among the sheep, stay among the sheep pens, to hear the whistling for the flocks? In the districts of Reuben, there was much searching of heart. Gilead stayed beyond the Jordan, and Dan, why did he linger by the ships? Asher remained on the coast, and stayed in the coves. The people of Zebulun risked their very lives, so did Naphtali on the retracted fields. Was Naphtali? No, it's Labidot, okay. Naphtali on the treasure fields. Kings came, they fought. The kings of Canaan fought at Tanak by the waters of Megiddo. They took no plunder of silver. From the heavens the stars fought. From their courses they fought against Sisera. The river Kishon swept them away. Who the fuck was Sisera? He's a guy, okay. The age-old river, the river Kishon, march on, so be strong. Then 100 the horses hoovers, galloping, go his mighty steeds. Curse Meros, said the angel of the Lord, curse its people bitterly, because they did not come to help the Lord against the mighty. Most blessed of woman be Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, most blessed of tent-dwelling woman. He asked for water and she gave him milk. In a bowl fit for nobles she brought him curded milk. Her hand reached for the tent peg, her right hand for the workman's hammer. She struck Sisera, she crushed his head. She shattered and pierced his temple. At her feet he sank, he fell, there he lay. At her feet he sank, he fell, where he fell dead. Though the window peered Sisera's mother. Behind the lattice he cried out, why is his chariot so long in coming? Why is the clatter of his carriage delayed? The wisest of her ladies answer her. Indeed, she keeps saying to herself, are they not finding and dividing the spoils, a woman or two for each man? Call for garments, splendor for Sisera, call for garments embroidered, highly embroidered garments for my neck. Oh, this is splendor. So may all your enemies perish, Lord, but may all who love you be like the sun when it rises in its strength. Then the land had peace for 40 years. Respect. Okay, I'll read this one now. Go. I'm really tired. Gideon. The Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and for 7 years he gave them in the hands of Midianites. Because the power of Midian was so oppressive, the Israelites prepared shelters for themselves in mountain cliffs, caves, and strongholds. Whenever the Israelites planted their crops, the Midianites, Amalekites, and other eastern people invaded their country. They camped on the land and ruined the crops all the way to Gaza and did not spare a living thing for Israel, neither sheep nor cattle nor donkeys. They came up with their livestock and their tents like swarms of locusts. It was impossible to count them and their camels. They invaded the land to ravage it. Midian so impoverished the Israelites that they cried out to the Lord for help. When the Israelites cried out to the Lord because of Midian, he sent them a prophet who said, this is what the Lord of the God of Israel says, I brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery, I rescued you from the land of the Egyptians, and I delivered you from the hand of all your oppressors. I brought them out before you and gave you their land. I said to you, I am the Lord, your God. Do not worship the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you live. But you have not listened to me. The angel of the Lord came and sat down under the oak in Oprahim that belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, where his son Gilead was threshing wheat in a winepress to keep it from the Midianites. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, the Lord is with you, mighty warrior. Pardon me, my lord. Gideon replied, but if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are the wonders that our ancestors told us about? When they said, did not the wrong bring us up out of Egypt? But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the land of Midian. The Lord turned to him and said, go in the strength you have and save Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you? Pardon me, my lord. Gideon replied, but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I'm the weakest in the family. The Lord answered, I'll be with you, and you strike down all the Midianites, leaving no one. Gideon replied, if now I have found favor in your eyes, give me a sign that it's really you talking to me. Please do not go away until I come back and bring my offering and set it before you. And the Lord said, I will wait until you return. Gideon went inside, prepared a young goat, and from an ephah of flour he made bread without yeast. Putting the meat in a basket and its broth in a pot, he poured them out and offered it to him under the oak. The angel of the God said to him, take the meat and put the unleavened bread, place them on his rock and pour out the broth, and Gideon did so. Then the angel of the Lord touched the meat and the unleavened bread with the tip of his staff that was in his hand. Fire flared from the rock, consuming the meat and the bread, and the angel of the Lord disappeared. When Gideon realized that it was the angel of the Lord. He exclaimed, "A large sovereign Lord, I have seen the angel of the Lord face to face." But the Lord said to him, "Peace, don't be afraid, you're not going to die." So Gideon built an altar to the Lord there and called it "The Lord is Peace." To this day stands in Ophrah of the Abiezerites. That same night the Lord said to him, "Take the second bull from your father's herd, the one 7 years old. Tear down your father's altar to Baal and cut down the Asherah pole beside it." What is Baal? Baal, that of remaining corner than you. So the bad ones, okay. And cut down the Asherah pole beside it. Then build a proper kind of altar to the Lord your God on the top of its height, using the wood of the Asherah pole that you cut down. Offer the second bull as a burnt offering. So Gideon took 10 of his servants and did as the Lord told him, but because he was afraid of his family and the townspeople, he did it at night rather than in daytime. In the moving, when the people of the town got up in the morning, there was Baal's altar demolished with the Asherah pole beside it cut down, and a second bull sacrificed on the newly built altar. They asked each other who did this. When they carefully investigated, they were told Gideon, son of Joash, did it. The people of the town demanded Joash, "Bring out your son, he must die because he has broken down Baal's altar and cut down the Asherah pole beside it." But Joash replied to a hostile crowd around him, "Are you going to plead Baal's case? Are you trying to save him? Whoever fights for him shall be put to death by morning. If Baal really is God, he can defend himself if someone break his altar." So because Gideon broke down Baal's altar, they gave him the name of Jerubbaal that day, saying, "Let Baal contend with him." Now all the Midianites, Amalekites and other eastern people joined forces and crossed over the Jordan and camped in the valley of Jezreel. Then the Spirit of the Lord came on Gideon and blew a trumpet, summoning the Abiezrites to follow him. To follow him. He sent messengers throughout Manasseh, calling them to arms, and also in Asher, Zebulun and Naphtali, so they too went up to meet him. Gideon said to God, "If you will save Israel by my hand, as you have promised, look, I will place a wool fleece on the threshing floor. If there is a dew only on the fleece, on the ground is dry, then I will know that you will save Israel by my hand, as you said." And that is what happened. Gideon rose early in the day, he squeezed the fierce and wrung out the dew, a powerful of water. Then Gideon said to God, "Do not be angry with me, let me just make one more request. Allow me to make one more test with the fleece, but this time make the fleece dry and let the ground be covered in dew." That night God did so, only the fleece was dry, all the ground was covered in dew. Respect. Okay, I started Judges 7, I can't be arsed anymore. And I read for 19 minutes, perfect. Thank you for watching.